Hey guys, hey all, welcome to my channel. Today is Canada Day, so I want to make a video about Canada. And just talk about the future of Canada and Canada as an immigration country. So, myself, an immigrant, I've been in Canada for more than a decade. Came here as an international student. Have lived in Quebec, in Alberta, and in Ontario. So I'm speaking from experience, and today's video is about um, the outlook uh, from an immigrant in Canada and advice I'm giving to new immigrants in terms of advice I'm giving to new immigrants in terms of Canada. Is it a land of opportunity or not? And to make a long story short, it's not a land of opportunity. Canada, as a country, has a lot of problems, and the immigrants are being lured into the country as some type of a Ponzi scheme, are being used, and are getting a little from coming here. So, if you see immigration as a transaction, immigrants are coming here. Are getting taxed because Canada is a high tax country. The tax rate, the overall tax rate is very high. The income tax is high. Then you have the property tax, sales tax, different type of taxes. And if you were to combine all taxes, it can amount to maybe around like 55% of taxation rate, which is very high. On top of Canada being a very expensive country. So yeah, so it's a very expensive country. Inflation is through the roof. The housing market is overly inflated. You combine that with a high taxation rate. You combine that with an economy that's very that's very strong, very resilient, but you don't have a good amount or a great amount of high paying jobs. Um, so a lot of immigrants, unfortunately, when they come to Canada, because they don't have Canadian credentials, they have to go back to school or get recertified. So they spend a lot of time conforming into the Canadian standard, in terms of the industry they're in, right? So they will start at the bottom and hoping to make their way at the top. The problem is, um, you spend a lot of time just conforming to the Canadian society in terms of your career, but for what? For what? For you at the end of the day, when you are at the pinnacle, to get high tax and be able to not afford even a house, because the average cost of a house in 2023 in Canada is around high 700. So you are expecting to come up with a 150 or 125 down payment. So that will take a lot of time to save, obviously, as an immigrant. So you're gonna what, save for 10 years to get that down payment. By the time you have that 150 down payment ready, guess what? A house that costed 750 10 years ago will now cost $1.5 million. So that's the Ponzi scheme we're in. So just to tell you that, before coming to Canada, just think about, um, is it worth it? Is it worth it? Like in your home country, are you doing well? Do you have a house? Do you have a career? And just think about it from okay, is is my quality of life necessarily gonna be better or worse? Because a lot of very smart people who are coming in Canada, they're unfortunately my DoorDash or my Uber driver or my Uber Eats delivery guy, and I talk to these guys, and they're from Lebanon, they're from Afghanistan, they're from Pakistan, India, and they were doing relatively well, and they were sold a dream. So they are seen as collateral damage. So I'm doing this video for them to be aware. Unfortunately, Canada, as a government, is promoting immigration, is going to these countries and selling them a dream. I'm just saying, um, do your own research, do your own fact checking. This is not like nothing is really waiting for you. Nothing is really waiting for you. You gotta work extremely hard, and even if you work hard, you are getting a little from the work you're putting in. You're getting a little out of it. Can't afford to buy a house. Inflation is high. Your quality of life is diminished when it comes to the services compared to the your taxation rate. You are getting highly taxed, but you can't extract any type of service for you to have a family doctor. It will take a long time, and even when you were to interact with your doctor's swamped. He has 1,000 patients, so just another number for him. So in terms of the quality of services you are receiving, it's very little. It's very little, and also a lot of Canadians who are born here, they are leaving too. They are going to the States. They are going somewhere else in Europe. So there is a brain drain happening in Canada. So the locals, the people who are born in here, they are moving to the States if they have the opportunity, and they are seeking the opportunity, and others are leaving to Europe, right? So Canada, then the strategy of the Canadian government is to replace those people with immigrants, right? And they want you. Ask yourself this question: what do they want you to come here? They want you to come here so that you can pay for the failed retirement system. You can pay and bail out their social services, because guess what? Those social services, they need a new pool of workforce paying for the people who are currently retired. So it's just the Ponzi schemes. In any transaction, you have to understand what you can get out of it, right? So if you are not getting out of it a lot, just don't participate, right? Just don't participate. So today is Canada Day, and that's the message I had for all immigrants, just to do their own research before coming to Canada. Thank you guys. Bye.